Ladies and gentlemen, this is an OpenRA cast on my channel. Oh my god, can you believe it? Well, I have been putting out these match of the month videos, but the thing is about the match of the video, it is not going to be there. I've been busy and there's a lot of other things that has been done. I've been productive, I haven't been lazy, but because I have not put up a match of the month, I promised to do some regular game casting, and I do in fact have a game with me right here, which was played 27th of April between Medium Tank and Kazu, and this match actually was played in the stream. However, I didn't watch the game because I was at the time I was busy setting up the game Orelord 2, the Orelord 2 mod for OpenRA, and tried that. So that's why this game just played in the background. But I heard this game was pretty damn good, and let's go watch it.
Battle control initialized.
So here we go. This game is between Kazu and Medium Tank, two very distinguished players. And now Kazu is playing in the Master Division of the OpenRA Global League, while Kazu is playing in the Minions Division, and Medium Tank is playing in the Masters Division. But it's the first season, and so player skills certainly cross over from the different divisions. Currently, Kazu has been shown to be a very crafty player, and so is Medium Tank, who is familiar to many, but not to all. He is a regular player on OpenRA, but he's going to want to prove himself in the Masters division this season. So let's have a quick look at the commentators here. Let's see. Whatever. So, top versus bottom. The map is Orelord, one of the fine 1 versus 1 maps, in my opinion. There's no ridges on this map. There's just big open areas with some nice streaks of ore to contest for. And I always really appreciated this map because it does allow for the army aggression, not only like capturing an area and holding it, because without an army you might just be in trouble. Simple as that. You can't really hold on to an expansion. You can't expect to hold on to an expansion without an army, basically. So Medium Tank is going to play as Germany, and then Kazu Germany as well. So there's a good chance that they both chose a random setup. I don't remember if they actually did that or picked Germany directly. But however, Germany is not going to. Germany's special trait is not going to play too much into this game because there are late game tier units such as the Chrono Tank and the Chrono Spear, of course, the advanced Chrono Spear for Germany, which is kind of hard to get to in this kind of medium to small map, 1 versus 1. However, let's see how they start. They both, they're both going for twin ore spots with their original MCV. That's not very surprising. However, Medium Tank decided to move north with his original MCV because to his north there's 2 ore mines, and there's 2 ore mines to his original position. Kazu is taking the more formal route by just sticking with his 2 original ore patches. Alright, so what you see here is the, of course, the infamous light tank block. Now, in the latest playtest, you can actually kill off this husk right there in the ore refineries. So, and the light tank has been buffed a little. So the light tank blockage is going to be, or just blockage overall, is going to be nerfed a little bit just because of that reason alone. There's no way to reliable reliably block an ore refinery against an opponent who knows how to remove them in the next release or in the latest playtest, if you have tried it. And you definitely should try the latest playtest. Just go on to openra.net and find that download. Now let's see. So medium tank, Kazu, both are pretty similar in their openings. War factory first and spamming these harvesters. But we haven't seen their tech yet, which is it's 4 minutes long, and we haven't seen a service depot. I guess they are very happy about getting all these harvesters out. Now currently, well, let's see, that's the 5th one for Kazu, while medium tank has 6. So right from the get-go, looks like medium tank has a slight eco advantage. Here also have quite a few spotters or infantry out on the map. The southern position is pretty vacant from everyone. That's kind of interesting to me. Normally you would like to have some units a little bit spread out to anticipate. Anyway, so Kazu is just going to peek a little bit on what's going on, and he already saw the construction art to the north. So what's going to do now? Well, it's going to lose a lot of infantry here, since light tanks do tank very well against regular rifle infantry. And yeah, speaking of the light tank buff, the buff that's coming is 1 extra view range, so they do actually have an extra range compared to the Ranger. So, and of course this is the playtest, by the way. I forgot to mention that, so that's why. Oh, double refinery block. Yeah, completely forgot. This is actually the playtest. So this is a game played on the Monday stream, almost the Wednesday stream, where we did actually check it out. So you will see here that the light tank actually provides for some decent vision, which is how it's supposed to be. And but at that time we didn't actually know that the husk destruction on the ore refinery was actually available. So nobody really paid attention to that until today. So yes, this is definitely something that we can celebrate about. Light tanks are getting better, but they're not going to be the ultimate game ender with the refinery block. Ooh, medium tanks is expanding blind to the south. He's getting punished for it. He should be able to get away if he just runs home. He should not do anything but run home to his main base, so he's not going to be losing that thing. Oh, it's moving back. Dangerous. Kazu can just pop up a defensive structure here anytime, but he's going to go it, and with this group of infantry, well, Kazu is not really following up. He's the one who's actually going to move back, seeing all this infantry, so he's going to give up this southern position. This was also the original ore for medium tank, so it's not very far from his main base. There we see the service depot getting up, also enabling the extra MCV and medium tanks. So let's see, this is first engagement. However, Kazu does have a couple of tanks here early on, which will win him a lot of kills, and it's going to push back medium tank. So that's a small loss for medium tank there. But Kazu is actually pushing on, which he might not want to do. He might as well take that win for what it is, but it's going to push in regardless. Now he's going to fight pillbox and additional medium tank, but he's just streaming in units, and he pulled in everything he's got to this front. So now he's pulling back, while so there's no need to contest the area here with the MCV involved. So he should just be happy with this very nice juicy ore field right here, and fortify his position perhaps, and you know, at the same time find other weak spots against the enemy. And there we see we're actually going to see some base push then. Medium tank is not happy about Kazu getting this area excuse me, without contestation. So okay, there we go. Ooh. Okay, so what's actually going to happen here is well, just back and forth with, you don't really see that much often. The base push with the medium tanks and infantry. But regardless, what's going to happen? Ooh, don't want to lose that Ortruck though. That's actually pretty rough. You don't want to lose Ortrucks in this carelessly. You can actually use the Ortrucks decently as tanking units, meaning they can just go in the front and take a little bit of damage in order for your infantry to do more damage. That's definitely possible, but you don't want to lose them. Not for any reason. Unless the game is practically over. So, yeah, the turret is going to quickly damage the medium tanks beyond what's originally intended. So, helipad for Kazu. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, so Kazu is actually the one who's going to signal the step into the next phase of the game. And this is actually very smart. Anytime you are kind of in a lockdown with your opponent, as long as you are confident enough that you're not going to be pushed off your position, then you might as well take up. In this position, actually, Kazu is actually getting pummeled. So his radar and the helipad was built at the expense of the control. So now he's losing more Ortrucks now, and Kazu doesn't really have an army, and there's not much else going on in the world. Ooh, okay, nice little insurgency right there. Doesn't seem like it's going to do much damage. There's the Hind for Kazu. That's going to be really valuable, although it cost him a lot of assets. So it's going to be able to have great vision if you look at this position right here. There's no anti-air coming from medium tanks besides the shock troopers, the rocket troopers. So he's going to be able to keep his map control for a while until medium tank kind of catches up to the radar dome tech. So and there comes the artillery as well, which I forgot to mention is also unlocked with the radar dome. So yes, Kazu is just he's going to take the favorable engagements until medium tank either moves away and takes a different route to its opponent, or takes up himself. So kind of waiting for medium tank's response to this, because he can't really push forward anywhere. Also in north, he's very thin with his defenses. The artillery is very safe. The medium tanks of medium tank is going to have to snipe this artillery out in the field, which is going to cost him a lot of time and APM. But until he finds another way to deal with them, that's what he's going to have to do. There's the radar dome finally for medium tank. Let's look at the economy. Economy of medium tank looks very decent actually. He might need some more harvesters for this position if he wants to be further ahead. Kazu actually is not that well. It's not bad. It's definitely kind of similar, but you can see here it's got some nice ore fields here, which you can take more advantage of. You got this with his ore mines, and it's got this one here. We actually lost about 3 ore harvesters right in this area. So this now is pretty open. However, it looks like Kazu does have the narrow lead here. Although the map looks to be like effectively split diagonally in half, like precisely. So this aura is pretty much locked down, but for Kazu this ore isn't. So if Kazu can actually even take advantage of this aura field, in addition to his own original, then he's going to be looking okay. It's going to be looking okay against medium tank here. So let's see. Okay, a lot of medium tanks for a medium tank, and no artillery as of yet, but he's going to get his hinds to get some additional provision, because right now he don't see anything. He just see the artillery fire coming in from all the bases. So as you see here, you need to move out his medium tanks in order to take out the artillery, but of course the artillery is going to be protected, losing 3-4 medium tanks, and it didn't even kill that artillery. That's super expensive. Those medium tanks was actually kind of the advantage the medium tank has. But it's going to push on the south now, which with a lot of infantry, which is very nice, but he needs to defend this attack coming from the north as well. He doesn't really have the infantry. He needs the infantry to counter the infantry of Kazu, and it's not really happening. But at the same time, he's doing the damage. Ooh, one artillery there is actually going to be enough to crush this infantry force. Kazu lost War Factory, but still has 2 left, so he's going to be fine. The problem for medium tank here is actually losing this economy base here. He does not want to lose this right here, which is something that he really needs. He only has this to the bottom currently, so he needs to, even though losing this construction yard, he might want to be careful not to lose these harvesters, and try to some extent to save this refinery. It's actually more important than it looks. Yeah, this attack will stop to the bottom. No surprise there. So Kazu's army is doing great, doing the damage they need, but now they're kind of winding down. So Kazu might want to move back. He has mostly like the tanks. So medium tanks is just going to continue building turrets, I guess, and yeah, the rocket soldier is going to be great. Here comes additional infantry though. But medium tank should be able to protect it eventually, especially with Heinz. If he can pick off all the rocket soldiers, he's going to be having no trouble against those infantry. He might lose the service depot, which is actually pretty bad. Yeah, he moves up his... oh, that's the second MCV again, so he built a third MCV to support this area. Will he lose the service depot? He should, but medium tank is not really focusing the service depot, which he might do now that you see how little health it has left. Yeah, it should go down. Yeah, there he goes. Taking it down. We're just going to lose a lot of medium tanks here. Kazu coming in with the additional Heinz. Ooh, might pick off that Hind of medium tank. No. Ooh, losing one medium tank there as well. Okay, so, okay. Well, the ore refinery remains alive, but Kazu is actually base pushing this northern position. Very smart. If you can actually lock the medium tank out of this area, then Kazu is kind of like really solidifying his positional advantage. So medium tank is going to be able to stop this push, but it's going to be contained to his original position. Wow, nice match up to this point. Yeah, so at this time I was not really paying attention to this match. This would be a nice piece of pickup, but it needs more Hinds to take down the Red Dome. Always parking the Hind above the Red Dome in order to, if this Hind get killed off, it's going to crash right down to the Red Dome and do significant damage. But medium tank is probably not going to do that. He knows that he could just make it, let it stay there forever. Alright. So, yeah, as predicted, the medium tank is kind of contained in this area. It's still building Hinds, which is good. He needs the map control, but there's very little stuff left to actually contend over. He's going to have to, well, he's going to have to push Kazu out of one of 2 positions. He's going to have to push him out of this area, although it looks kind of difficult because he does have his units there. But maybe this area, because this area doesn't really have much stuff. Well, of course he doesn't know about it, but maybe with a Hind Scout he might figure it out pretty soon. So let's see. Kazu is actually going to push a little bit. There's only turrets here, so he's going to actually take out a couple of turrets. This is a nice push. Okay, here comes... Ooh, nice A move here by the Hinds. It's only infantry to the bottom here. Yeah, loses one high, but that might have been worth it regardless. And I see veteran medium tanks, which you don't see a lot. Well, there's no spies involved in this case. Ooh. Okay, so medium tank is actually going to push this area now, which is very smart. It's going to tank with this medium tank, but the problem is the infantry is a little far behind. If you can just... If Kazu is not really reinforcing this with regular infantry, he's going to actually lose a lot of stuff on the left side there. Instead, he's actually focusing down base pushing medium tank in this area, so he's going to base push him out of production mainly. The war factory is going to might go down or may not go down, but regardless, this attack here is good. But oh, look at that! Medium tank was actually stopped here. How did that happen? There's so much stuff. Did he pull up his resources? I don't know. Didn't see that, but regardless. Alright, so he's not going to actually stop Kazu here, but medium tank should still try to get hold of this ore somehow, quickly. Because he needs extra resources, don't really have much money left. Yeah, all his original ore spots are drained, so he's just going to, well, try to stop Kazu's push here. Ooh, that one turret's going to do continuous damage to that war factory. That kind of hurts. A refinery block with that medium tank. Ooh, might actually lose that behind. Oh, it's actually attacking the refinery. Oh, never mind. Okay, so that's not going to be significantly... okay, so both players are pretty broke at this point. Well, I can just show off this. Look at this. This is, as you can see, this is a playtest. You can actually zoom all the way out. This is really nice for big maps such as this, but for Orelord, it's it's pretty useless. You can actually see that. Let's see a lot of stuff. Anyway, let's look at this. So infantry, yeah, this match turned out to be a kind of low tier unit attacking with Heinz. Now that both players are pretty broke, you don't really see much else happening in terms of tech. There's not much finesse anymore. I guess they both are getting a little bit desperate, and at this point, okay, nice ore refiner by Kazu. This should have been done a long time ago by either players trying to push this area. I guess Kazu is getting maybe a little bit overzealous pushing medium tank on this area. He already locked down this ore. He don't really need to push further against the main base for medium tank. He could also just, you know, just keep on pushing medium tank out of the economic zones, if you will. As you can see, yeah, it's just going to have this army neutralizing engagement here, in which nobody's really going to win or lose for the time being. This area is much more interesting. You have, look at this. Kazu is finally realizing that this area has a lot of potential, a lot of ore here. If Kazu gets away with continuously harvesting this area, it's going to be in a very, very significant eco advantage. He can start producing from all his production facilities again. He might get back to getting some maybe AA gun and some artillery, at which it's going to be very hard to push back against a Kazu with lots of money. Let's see though. Medium tank keep pushing, keep building these helipads. So he feels that his heli is actually doing the work for him. So kind of interesting to see the thought process in that regard. Okay. Oh, Kazu is actually losing losing ore trucks here. 3 ore trucks within like 10 seconds. That was pretty hurtful. So, and it does have medium tank does have some good amount of rockets on shoulder ship. Maybe together with Heinz. If the Heinz can pick off the rifle infantry here, it could actually dwindle down the army of Kazu. And let's see. Okay, so it's going to push here with their artillery. There's the AA gun, but now suddenly the front is here. But there's no AA gun here, and there's for the time being. Ooh, the Heinz is actually running away to help out this position. It's going to take down the artillery, but there's an AA gun there. Ooh, they should see it, right? Well, they don't see it just yet, and they might actually take some damage, maybe lose. Oh, here we go. Oof! Ooh! Okay, one survives, but it seems he can't really do anything. Oh, what? I was really close to getting shot down by the rocket troopers. So the Heinz were actually stopped from doing any damage whatsoever here. But artillery is doing a minimal amount of damage as of this moment, and the Kazu can't really push to that position anymore. This match is it's really intense. I can see why people were kind of shouting me to actually look at the match. I was doing something else. Alright, so... okay. Medium tanks. Ooh, can do some heavy crushes here. Look at all these this clump of infantry. It's going to just squish this out and turn back home. But medium tank doesn't really have the push power anymore. And this, you can see, like, even though Kazu lost a lot of ore trucks in that early engagement, Kazu managed to just hold his own. And there's a GG from medium tank, so this game is over. Very, very intense. You can see this map. As I said, like, even though those both players were actually really positional in their play, they were not really going up on the map. Both players were actually building a lot of armies. So you had infantry, medium tanks. You had yeah, artillery sometimes. Not like solely base pushing. And looks like Kazu, he did get the positional advantage in the mid game. Medium tank unfortunately couldn't do the favorable engagements that he needed to push back. You know, one reason being this push here, or this engagement between the players. So that's it. GG. And I believe at this point I came back, or something like that. No, I didn't actually write anything here. So when this match was over, I tried to kind of blindfold myself with my hand and try to find the exit button so I didn't see who won the game. As you can see here, Kazu is just looking to sweep up what's left of medium tank and take the match. So really good game. There are a couple of games left that I'm going to cast before the next match of the month, which is going to be the April match of the month. Just because I've really been busy. It takes less time to make these kind of videos than before. Definitely. By the way, this was not a league match. It was played on the latest playtest, which was released the 24th of April. And it was also part of the Monday streams, which I do regularly. And we do have quite a few good games going there. The previous Monday stream being focused on the latest playtest to kind of look out for bugs and stuff like that. And you can see the changelog for the playtests if you want to see the differences on what's going on with the balancing and the bug fixes on OpenRA's wiki page. So with that, thank you for watching. I'm going to find a couple more games to cast. I think it's going to be a couple of league matches, but we'll see. I'm definitely going to put out more cast games as long as I can follow up with the match of the month's videos. So, my name is SoScared, and thank you for watching.